Hello, everybody. Eric here on Wednesday, June 29th. That means it's time for comic books. Not a lot of stuff came in for me this week, but it was still a big week. We'll get to that. Very excited. But we'll get to the regular stuff first. So we have Hit Me, number 4 or 5 from AWA Upshot, written by Christa Faust. Fantastic writer. I still don't have issue 3. The comic book store received them damaged, and they have not gotten their replacements yet. So, even if I weren't behind, I wouldn't be reading this anytime soon until I get issue 3. But it's by Christa Faust, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to love it. Then we have Task Force Z, number 9 from DC Comics. It's only a 12-issue series now. Originally, I think it was supposed to be ongoing, but they made it a 12-issue series. Red Hood leading zombie villains in a task force. Then we have DC versus Vampires Killers. This is a one-shot from DC, obviously. And the last issue to come out was DC versus Vampires Hunters, which was another one-shot. And then I believe the second half of the 12-issue DC versus Vampires series should start coming out soon. But loving the series. We'll see how this one-shot goes. Then let's do this. Batman Beyond the White Knight, book 4 from DC. It's a Black Label book. Sean Murphy. Every one of the series of this Batman White Knight, of which this is the third or fourth, depending on how you look at it, they've been fantastic. It's alternate world. The first one, the Joker, basically regains his sanity, runs for office on an anti-Batman campaign. The second series revealed a bunch of history of Gotham, and you had Azrael. Bruce Wayne was in jail. Then there was like a side story with Harley Quinn helping out an FBI agent looking for a serial killer. And now you have this one. And then there's going to be another side story with Red Hood. But they've all been fantastic so far. Batman, Catwoman. Let's double check issue 12. From DC, it's Black Label. It's the final issue. What is going to happen? How is it going to end? 3 different timelines where you've got younger Batman, Catwoman, you've got Batman, Catwoman married, and then you've got Catwoman after the death of Batman, and Phantasm from the Batman the Animated Series movie, Mask of the Phantasm, ties it all together. It's by Tom King. It's pretty good stuff. And then for the regular stuff, this is the last thing. This is Vampyverse, the Vamp from Dynamite. This is just a one-shot of this particular character that was introduced in the series Vampyverse. So there's a bunch of different versions of Vampirella. And I guess this one was popular enough to get her own issue. So we'll see. It's kind of cool. All right, so then we have the regular previews, the big fat catalog previews came out since it's the end of the month. The Marvel previews as well. And then no DC this week, hopefully next week for the DC previews, DC Connect. Now, this is the big thing. It's heavy. It's a giant one. It's an omnibus. This is a book I've been hoping would be put out in an omnibus format. I used to have all of these issues. It's one of my favorite comics of all time. When I got rid of my collection at one point, of course, that was part of it, so those were gone. It was difficult to find. The trade paperbacks, they are out of print. Well, now, Volume 1 of the omnibus, and that is The Question. Omnibus, Volume 1 from DC Comics. And this has the question 1 through 27, as well as annuals for the Question, Green Arrow, and Detective Comics, because those three crossed over into one big story. I think the entire thing is written by Dennis O'Neil, and I know Dennis Cowan did a bunch, if not all, of the art. And I think there's some like Bill Sienkiewicz covers, perhaps, but one of my favorite questions, one of my favorite comic series of all time. I got a little Question figure sitting right there. Such a great series. Each issue had a, they had the letters page. I'm trying to look and see if they reprint. Oh, there's the letters pages. I wonder if they have all of them. But at the end of each letters page, Denny O'Neil would give a reading recommendation, and I read a ton of the stuff that he recommended. A lot of Eastern philosophy. I think I started reading Ed McBain's 87th Precinct books because he recommended them. The mystery books from the Netherlands. Don't remember exactly. But there's a series of those that I started to read, or that I read. I don't know if I read all of them. I read a bunch of them. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that's all still encapsulated. I see the letters pages. Yep, recommended reading. So that'll be nice. It'll be nice to go back and revisit all of that, reread all of these issues. And just a little trivia. I think I've mentioned this before for long-time viewers, but the question is who Rorschach from The Watchmen is based on. Alan Moore wanted to use these characters that DC got from a defunct comic book company called Charlton. And DC said, no, we have plans for all these characters. So Alan Moore basically made analogous characters. And Rorschach was based on The Question. And there's even an issue, I don't know if it's in this omnibus, since I haven't gone through it yet, but there is an issue of The Question where he picks up, Vic Sage picks up a copy of Watchmen at an airport because he's got a long flight. And he reads it, and then he dreams. It's my text message thing. He dreams about Rorschach, so there's a little meta right there. Anyway, that's it. Very excited to have that omnibus, have those issues in my hands again. So, you know what? I was so excited about getting that omnibus. I did not think of a question for this video, so I'll just, does any of this catch your eye? Let me know in the comments below. I hope everybody is doing okay. And that's all I've got. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And if you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I've got for you this week. So until next week, read more comic books.